Alright, what's up everybody? It's Lids and we're back for some more Witcher, and last time we did get a lot of good information out of Gramps. But we also learned that he's a cannibal. And we also learned that after getting said information out of him, we are no longer able to give him a piece of our mind.
Pale. Care to eat something?
And try to,
Goodbye.
put an end to all this. But we are, thankfully, in a good place. Start heading out and potentially even making our way over to the tower. Let me see, there's some Eggertick over there. There were some dangerous things just on the other side of this area here, including this thing, which just hurt us a lot. And I think that we kind of need to run right now, because this is possibly going to kill us. It's probably going to kill us. Running, 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 continuing to run. I don't know where this, did we just make it to the tower? Question mark? I mean, I'm pretty sure we just died, but did I just accidentally run to the tower? I did just accidentally run to the tower. Well, here's the tower, in case you're wondering. And here are the drowners. Yeah, so that's a dead end. Yep, there we go. Just waiting to get one-tapped by somebody there. So I don't know where we last saved, because I probably meant to save after having just talked to Gramps, but I'm not sure that we did. We're about to find out. We had an autosave. Where is it going to take us? We're about to see. Somewhere in the swamp forest. This is immediately after having spoken to Gramps. Let's see what we can... Oh, he's standing up.
You look pale. Care to eat something?
Where exactly did we leave off? Okay, so we have talked to him about all this stuff, it appears. I think we actually basically didn't lose any progress at all. I think we're still in good shape. But, there's a very powerful plant right there is the issue. And the other issue is that apparently the easiest place to retreat to is this tower, which is probably not a good idea. There is, however, this island over here that we explored just a little bit before, and I wonder if maybe it is worth trying to check that out now. To the extent that we can go there. I think you will let me walk off to the side here. You are not really letting me do much of that at the moment. Without having to do this. And there it is. Run! 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 Running! 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 Rolling! Now running. Oh, this is the Scoia'tael area, which again, there was this little wall here. We saw them before. But, there was this little wall that disallowed us from making it over there. And I actually wonder, might we need to go to the Scoia'tael camp in order to actually make it to this island here? There is that chance. I think this is truly a dead end, which means we truly have to run by this plant. And what I was going to do, though, what I was actually going to do, is put some kind of marker here in the town so that we can deliberately make our way over there instead of going to the tower. And it is roughly the same direction we are pointed at the moment. And you did manage to hit us. Potentially multiple times. Alright. Zigzag, right? Zigzag. Can't hit us if we zigzag. And I'm pretty sure we are now out of range. Okay, hold on. Are we doing okay? Did we go in the right direction? We are back on the mainland, I guess you could call it. So I think we succeeded. And now the question would be, do we go back to Kalkstein, who we now have some additional information to present to him about how you get into the tower, or are there still enough things over here, like wolf stuff in the lumberjack area? There's a wolf cavern over here by the druids as well. There's other things with the druids that I'm probably going to need to try to resolve off video. The golem cemetery as well, we dropped by just momentarily. There's owl ghouls somewhere around here, and we're supposed to fight them in order to turn in the Witcher contract for Kalkstein. So there are still many things around here that we could certainly take use in completing. It's a duck? Swan? Oh no. Yeah, so I'm a little conflicted as to what makes the most sense to do now versus later. I know the other really strong plant is on the other side of this brickmaker mini settlement. I think maybe let's go to Kalkstein, because I'm assuming he's going to say, okay, here's all the stuff you need to know to actually get into the tower, and then we'll be headed back this way. So I think we will be not here for the last time, for certain. Have to make it to the tower still. Very close to completing your contract, though I don't think we're ready.
What is it?
You're the wolf person. Yeah.
Farewell.
I think we have 6 out of 10 for you.
Good sir. Do you need a boat?
I do.
What do you want?
I mean, technically, we could go to one of those places of power and save us 5 coins. Oh,
Baron
what about
sends
this,
his
though?
greetings. I have the herbs.
Finally.
Here, 5 beggar tick blossoms.
Oh,
as
it was
a
just
tribute.
5. And still needed
400
the beggar
orange
tick.
and give my best to Yaren.
I'll be sure to.
For some reason, I thought it was Gramps.
Take me to the other side.
Time is money. Made up your mind?
Yes, I have listened to the Red Hot Chili Peppers enough to know I do, in fact, want to go to the other
Ready
side.
to go?
I wouldn't have paid you otherwise. Take me to town.
Okay. So yes, we're going to try to track down Kalkstein, because it seems as though we do need to talk to him about our findings before we can actually make it into the tower. I mean, obviously, we did just walk right up to the tower mere moments ago. But I'm assuming we would either not actually be able to get in, or when we did get in, we would have some thing, some obstacle, some barrier that we would not have been able to break through, or that would have just killed us. I know you had a quest for us. I think it was one of the haunted house things, and we haven't done that yet because we haven't had access to said haunted house. I think. So let's make our way straight to Kalkstein in that case. In which case, I will put you on our minimap. Oh, he remembered where it was on the minimap. Look at that. Will he actually remember where it is in town, though? That's another question. May not be the most efficient way, no. I'd call that a pretty efficient navigation there. It's darkened. It's Doom? Dude. Need better windows. Why are you sleeping? Is it... Or is that AM? No, this is military time, isn't it? Why are you sleeping at noon?
Sorry, I got lost in thought.
Do you really not... What? Okay, hold on.
See ya.
Hold on. The reason why I thought we had to come here. Let's take a closer look at the quest. Not this one. Oh, I didn't realize we had to go back to that person. Primary thing was not showing up here. Hold on. I think that's kind of ongoing. Well, that's way back. Haunted house, that's the one we were talking about earlier. Wolf pelts, we were also talking about that earlier. Must gain the trust of Kalkstein, okay. Alright, did I just totally make that up? Oh, okay. We need to go to Vivaldi, and I think we may actually still need to get that final book from Vivaldi, in which case, yes, we do need to do that here before we can supposedly make our way into that tower. And Vivaldi, I believe, is right here. Yes. Assuming he's in his house, which may not be the case, but... And Zoltan.
Yes?
Vaguely remember that we kind of just gossip.
Farewell.
You ask him if he's got a minute. I think we go straight to Vivaldi in that case.
What brings you here?
I have a message for you from Yavin.
I don't even remember who Yavin
Yavin?
is. Oh,
I
he's
don't
the
need to
elf
read
from
it.
the Druid
I know
area.
what he wants. Witcher know that whether elf, human, or dwarf, they all want the same thing.
She dwarves gold or power. Tough. Tough decision. I'd say power.
Power.
My distant cousin Rudolph is a shepherd. His entire life, he has driven 300 sheep from one place to another. He's the master of their life and death. Somehow I don't envy him.
Brilliant response.
Return later, after I prepare my answer to Yavin. Everyone's gone mad.
Fine. Be that way. Okay, we could potentially try to find Shawnee in that case. Like I was saying, I suspect that it's kind of more of a... much later in the process. There's a hooker right outside Cogstein's house. I didn't take Cogstein for that type. I'm assuming Shawnee's probably not there. She's probably at the hospital, since it's the middle of the day. Oh, but we could potentially see if we could sell/buy some things.
What can I do for you?
I think a lot of the things we would like to sell/buy are currently sitting in a stash in the inn, so this might not be terribly helpful at the moment. So you do have additional books that we could buy, at least.
What do you want?
Do we need any of those in the very near future? Fairy tales? I don't think so. Mostly looking for crafting stuffs. Ones that have two, I think, are all ones that we've sold back to him, so presumably we've read them already. And then some. Here. Intricate alchemical treatise presenting a theory concerning the animation of inanimate matter. Oh, the golems? Possibly? I mean, 80 coins nowadays is actually not that much. I think I'm fine with taking that. Animals we've done. Exotic insects. Other abominations. I don't think we run into any insects. Also, yeah, ways of building a golem. That seems like, given how we saw the golem area earlier, that might be useful. Then, information on the Cochet. Don't know what that is. So it's hard to gauge whether or not we should be trying to look at it. I don't know if that could be useful. Because we are, of course, doing an investigation at the moment. None of this. Didn't explode. Kind of useful. And we have run into several rounds of plants that we have not been able to actually extract. Have now seen wyverns. I think that's also meaningful. We are now close to broke. Maybe not quite. Let's see. Metamorphoses? Is that how you pronounce the plural? And transformations. To follow the example of the sorcerer from the tower. Okay. Maybe we should take the hint that whatever we're about to read is something we should expect from the sorcerer in the tower. Although supposedly that guy may be dead, but I have my doubts. We first need to classify substances, dividing them into superior and inferior varieties. Only the former being superior, only the superior ones can be described by the theory of interdependence presented here. Inferior substances do not produce a chain of quasi-life structures, for their nature is substandard in quality and they cannot exist independently. However, it has been proven that they are paradoxically essential for the chain to exist in spite of their inferiority. The hypothesis of interdependence assumes that the chain of quasi-life must contain one substance of each superior element. Nonetheless, the chain structure proposed by Rafford the White, has one too few places for them, namely only 5. If the chain were transposed and then transmuted, the problem would be easily solved. Alas, the first operation cannot be performed without damage to the chain's integrity. The only solution is to use a so-called reversed transmutation, which will eventually cause the chain to rotate. As a result of rotation, all 6 superior substances will constantly leave and join the chain without destroying it. From the holistic point of view, there will always be 6 superior substances occupying 5 places. The ingenuity of this solution lies in the chain having all the qualities of the 3 inferior substances. Thus, the paradox of interdependence, or some may coexist, or as some say, coexistence, is no longer a problem. Unfortunately, since none of the modern works describe how to perform reverse transmutation, the problem of animating the inanimate remains unsolved. Oh. That's something about Kalkstein's store. What? I mean, it seems like I would assume the next piece of that puzzle is in the one that describes making golems? We may have already bought? Let's see. Magical ways of building golem. Yeah. The book contains useful information about golems. The book adds a bestiary entry to the journal. Is that really all it does? Golem's obsidian heart? Maybe. Maybe that's enough. Alright, and then here, Thingwood, an herbarium devoted to exclusively Thingwood. It teaches the reader to recognize the plant and obtain alchemical ingredients from it. This better be an amazing plant. Required to recognize Fainwood and obtain alchemical ingredients. Okay. I'm assuming, I mean, there are some even in this town, I think, that we haven't seen. There are definitely some in the swamp areas as well. Possibly some in the caves, too. But we haven't been there very recently. And then this, I got specifically for the wyvern stuff. Information about female and male wyverns, as well as on cockatrices and basilisks. Okay. Venom glands, yikes. Royal wyvern, that also sounds pretty scary. Okay, so in the interest of not spending every last cent that we have at the moment, let's not buy the remaining books that we have not yet read, and let's sell back the ones that we have just read. Double clicking, which is apparently the read button. No, I'm right clicking. That's double right clicking. Silly. I should have checked the second one to see if we've already read it, but I believe it was the first of the golem ones. And then this we have also already read. Oh, whoa! Sells for 60? This is the one that we got from being nice to Gramps. So we got the actual crafting recipe, and we were able to sell it for 60, which is something.
Strange.
So, not terrible. Then, I was talking earlier about how I was thinking, I might want to see if there's anything else that the guards over here have to say to us, because it's been a long time since we talked to Vincent.
Charge!
They may not.
What is it, Witcher?
Apparently
So-
not. There was that thing happening at midnight that I don't think we ever actually ended up seeing. Or maybe we accidentally saw it. But outside of that, we have what else? I mean, we may want to talk to Shawnee. There may be a fletter here, there may not. These are still unknown. So those were one of the plants that I was expecting we might learn about. But no such luck.
What's this? Plant lice?
You said plant lice? Hope not. Yeah, so I don't know where that new plant is going to show up. But then I think we have... Oh! Siegfried, I think, has a quest for the Drowners. We're now done with. I don't know where he is. He's usually over here. Somewhere, where all the Flaming Rose people are. Let's see if we can put him on the map. Oh, and, Gravedigger as well. The card? For you. I don't think we've ever seen you. Maybe.
What do you need?
I'm here about the notice.
Yes?
I have 6 jugs of dog's lard.
I
Don't
used the
remind
lard
me.
on the casket. Here's your
Please don't
payment.
laugh about that. I don't know what we would give
Farewell.
you, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Alright, 100 orens is not amazing. You, who are you?
Oh, woe is me. Will no one help me?
Why the grief?
My husband haunts me. What do I do?
Haunts you in your bedchamber?
My late husband haunts me.
Tell me more. Maybe I can help.
Is it
My
the ghoul that
husband
we've seen
died a
around
month
here?
Since, and now haunts
Or
me
the
in
wraith?
my home,
Yeah, what
wailing
kind of
nightly.
spectral being
But
it was.
the worst thing is,
I'm listening.
worst, he flies around the cemetery at night shouting lies about me. Doubtless tongues are wagging already. Set him straight, I beg you.
I bet that is him that we've seen.
It will cost you 200 orens if I succeed.
Oh, that's a hefty sum, profiting off someone else's misery. Well, deal with him and I'll pay.
Where will I find you when I'm
Yeah,
done?
because apparently I've never seen you
I'm
before.
here every day at noon.
Why can't I collect payment when I want?
Are you daft? My husband flies around ruining my reputation. I'll not be seen in the company of a killer.
So long.
Okay. So apparently we had to stop by here around noon. We had not done in the past. But, other person we want to talk to turn things in is Siegfried. Where are you? Drown dead thing. Dead contract. Drown dead. Siegfried, where are you? That's his post. I thought that was the place where we just went by. Is he out for lunch? 12:30? Because, not at his post. Is he in here, maybe? Can we go in here? Siegfried? Where are you? Did you go to the tavern for lunch? I have no idea if that's a thing. Is that a thing? A little confused. I don't know. I don't know where he went. So, we also were supposed to go back to Vivaldi after a little bit of time had passed, and you know, well, I don't know how long we have to wait for him to do that. I guess we'll go to the bar in case it just so happens that that's where Siegfried went. I don't know where else he would go. But outside of that, I don't really know. So I'm hoping that if we don't find anything notable here, that by the time we get back to Vivaldi, enough time will have passed. He'll be ready to send us the letter or whatever it is that he needs to give back to us. Wait for his innkeeper? I mean, we could, of course, like, stay then, I mean, not the night, because it's noon, but for a few hours and bide the time that way, but ideally I would like if we didn't have to go quite that far. Hello, Thug.
Never seen anything stranger than that freak.
Better not be talking to me. Better not be talking to me. Siegfried. Still no. Okay, let's head back towards Vivaldi. And we will hope and pray that he is a quick rider.
What's that?
Oh, I forgot this won't actually connect, I don't think, but it gives us a little back alley. This barrel that I don't think we've ever seen. Well, we've seen it from the other side, but we've never looted it. There you go. A strawberry. In case you were wondering like I was. Can we squeeze through here? Cool.
What should I say?
Apparently not, though. Okay. Back here. That's Kalkstein, right? And then this is the Volby. Part of me is doubtful that we've waited long enough. But let's see.
What brings you here?
Have you finished your answer to Yavin?
Yes, here it is.
There we go. Okay,
the elf
nice.
will surely reward you.
Also
Let's
nice.
hope you're right.
Okay, so yeah, that is reason to go back to the west side of the swamp area, which is what we were kind of looking for an excuse to do. But I mean, I would love to get the chance to turn in a quest here as well, because I'm not sure otherwise when we would next do that. I mean, we can check on Shawnee as well. I mean, we're mostly just checking in on our various friends to see who has nice stuff to give us at the moment. Shawnee does apparently owe us a favor, but I've said it before, I'll say it again, I don't think it's really going to happen right
I need
now.
to get back to work.
Yeah. Oh, and that's also not what I meant to do. Meditate for 0 hours, please.
I'm so tired.
Okay. I don't think there was anything in here. Oh, no, there's not. So yes, nothing from Shawnee at the moment. And I hope that Siegfried is back at his post. And then we'll head back to the swamp. If in fact we can turn in that stuff from him. Mr. Royal Guard, friend. That is not you. Alright, looks like it's gonna have to wait, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So we'll be headed back then. Back to the swamp area. Oh. Oh, the neighbor's laundry is apparently getting wet. Makes you wonder why they didn't perhaps bring it inside, in that case. Can we go down here? No. Okay. Just wondering. We seen Red Damian Merchant there? Not sure we've seen you before.
You look knife Radovid makes a better ruler than Fotis.
Okay. Looks like it was not significant.
I hate loading goods.
Okay. Now if you gentlemen could please, move. Oh dear. Oh dear. Good old traffic jam. Okay. Whew. Getting worried there. What is that? That's not the swamp area. Is it? Doesn't look like that's the place we were going before. Certainly didn't see that castle-like structure.
Take me to the other side.
Times are wasting. Made up your mind?
Yes.
Ready to go?
Yes.
How many times are you going?
So, yeah, we probably could be a little more efficient here in terms of minimizing the amount of times we go back and forth between the mainland and the swamp area. But it does seem like you kind of need to do that at least a few times to go back and forth. And, you know, you need some items or some messages from people on one side in order to send them to people on the other side. So, I mean, in 2020 hindsight, we probably could have minimized the number of trips a little bit here, and we may still need 4 trips, quite frankly. But, there's only so much you can do without being able to predict the future. Now, stand by. There is going to be some kind of monster there that we're fighting. Some major monster. Thing that is supposedly lurking in the shadows. And after having read some books, it might finally be, that some of those plants that were unknowable in the past, we may now be able to pick. Okay, so, reminder, we don't want to take the main path here. We will run into deadly plant. And this doesn't tell us anything new, right? Info. And if we are targeting stuffs, where do we technically want to go? I mean, if we could go straight across like this would be great. Then I think the bad plant is over here. Fire camper. That's the obelisk where we took Gramps originally. Trying to remember where the lumberjacks are either here or here, and then we didn't go all the way out here to the full-blown glade, which is definitely something I want to check out. Alright. We're just gonna hug this side here. Switch to silver on the assumption that it is going to be the most applicable sword. Can't go in the water anymore. Oh! A lot of drowned dead. How far are we at the moment? Right at the campfire. But ideally, we would continue going this way. Oh! Is this the wolf cave? It is. I thought the wolf cave was further. For some reason. Oh. And apparently the map just does not work down here. Okay, so I'm gonna save here. Just in case. A little skeptical of, what might await us here. Presumably in the wolf cave, there are many wolves. Oh, nope. I did want that, though. And I did want silver one. And, yes, so I'm expecting to get swarmed. If we could fight you one at a time, that would be absolutely amazing. I think that is definitely our best chance of succeeding here. What's this? This is silver, right? Yeah, wow. You guys seem a lot tankier than the wolves we were fighting earlier. I don't really know why. That's a little bit concerning. I also like to retreat to the extent that we can. Again, to avoid getting the attention of too many of the wolves, as your strength is in numbers. It's just 1, 2 at a time. I think we'll be fine. And yes, getting the wolf heads is one of the things that we need to do. Oh, actually, that's all the ones we needed for Jean-Pierre. Okay, I thought we needed a few more than that. Expecting to run into a few more wolves than that. And surely there's something else in here, right? Can't just be a few wolves. Oh, there you are. Can't just be a few wolves and nothing else of note in here. This is steel. Steel is actually doing more damage than silver? I might have to look at the definition of what types of enemies steel is supposed to be better at and what types of enemies silver is supposed to be better at. Like, is it technically monsters and demons that silver is used for? In which case, wolves may not qualify. Also, I would really love if you would actually show me layout of this cavern. Especially because I'm pretty sure I just went backwards. Corridor. This looks like it could be corridor to one of the places that we had been to previously, like maybe in the outskirts. There was an area that had a cave. I don't think it had wolves in it, but it had one of these blocked passageways. I wonder if that is technically where this would connect to that spot. I'm going to take you out. You are also impossible to see at the moment. Fortunately, I can see your health bar, but that's about it. Okay. So that told us a little bit. At least keep that sword out. Would also probably be a good place to use the cat potion, but I think we're just barely getting by without it. We, I think, only have one left. We might have actually used all of ours. See you. Okay. This does look like a new direction. I'm pretty sure we checked this. It's where the other wolf, yeah, came running up on us when we were picking those mushrooms. Another corridor. Okay. That is a hard, cannot do kind of darkness. Do we have a cat potion? We do. I think we can take it here. We know how to craft it, right? Yeah, we do know how to craft it. I assume at this point we probably have a boatload of crafting materials. We have not used much of anything for a very, very long time. Or maybe it's going to be useless, because this will be about to... Oh! Oh! Okay. Not what I expected to see. Can we miraculously see the map now that we can see in the dark? No. But this definitely is going to be a silver sword type of opponent. The fast stance is a slow, strong stance, I'm not sure. Okay, but I would like to fight just you. Possible. You are very slow. I think I'm okay with that. Whoa, yep. Okay. Did a fair amount of damage, but so did you. That didn't look good. That finish you off? I'm not sure. Oh, you're here though. You see there are a few more wolves. We actually didn't take much damage from that fight. Yeah, we're back on the silver sword, and it does look like this is dealing less damage to the wolves than the steel one was. So that's good to know. I mean, we might technically have something in our bestiary or notebook, whatever it's called. Remember, quite frankly, that would let us know what the correct method would be. Rand's sarcophagus? Why do I feel like we probably know someone named Rand? At least have heard of someone named Rand? This is probably tied to something else that we technically already know about. Whoa! Holy shamoly! That is exponentially better than what we have here, I think. Okay, maybe not exponentially, but it is better. Variant Steel Sword, not as good, but oh! And yes, I was thinking, we saw these earlier, in the last episode, I think, or at least took a closer look at them, and it appears as though they are likely to be the things that we are supposed to put in those little totem-y things in and around the swamp area. So, it appears as though we were probably going to need to come down here at some point in order to get this, put it in that totem, and I'm assuming that is how we ultimately will get access to the tower itself, the Mage's Tower. Okay, so that is very notable stuff. That might be two, quite frankly. Looks kind of like the stuff that has given us more signs. I think it is. Signs when. You've learned the defensive when sign. The sign will block all attacks and protect you from damage. Choose a sign on the left of the screen, right-click to cast the sign. When disappears when you cast another sign or attack an opponent. It's best used to gain time to drink potions during combat. Ooh. Or to run away when we go in the wrong direction and find ourselves in over our heads, which has been happening a lot as of late. So that does seem like it would be very useful. Maybe very situational, yes, but useful. There we go. Yeah, I think, turns out, we got a lot of goodies here. Whoa, whoa, except for you. Somehow sneaking up behind me? Also, not sure how we got to this camera angle, but I can't see myself. Woo! And you. I mean, we did see you in the corner before. You're presumably the wolf that was in the direction that we were ultimately going to go. I don't appreciate that you snuck up behind us. Nothing there, I don't think, unless you did somehow manage to squeeze through there, other wolf dude. I don't think so. Whenever we do, the sound echoes a little bit, which is a little freaky. So I have no idea where this is going to leave us, because it seems like most of these caves, you actually do end up on the other side somewhere when you get out. And we've traveled quite some distance here. Mostly just mushrooms there. Is this a big circle? Oh, new region. Something's attacking us. There you are. Heard the music. Did not see. Anyone else? Sure, that will not be the last of you. Mostly just seeing mushrooms here. Like to keep my sword out. What is the significance of this place, though? Standing right in the middle, where something could easily sneak up on us, or ambush us from the corners. That seems like a great place to stand. That might be a way out, though. This clearly isn't. It's like, yes, we came through that way-ish, but I think this is new. And the sound effects also seem different. I mean, again, we don't have a mini-map here. Oh. I don't know. Is this a different circle of hanging stones, or is this the same one? Did we go in a circle? We may have. But if we did, then I think that means that we need to backtrack in order to get out of here. Yeah, because that's Brand's sarcophagus. So I think just so happens that these wolves respawned a little bit, and I'm going to verify there's nothing else over here. But I think we've done everything. Can't go there. Can't go there. Unless you can squeeze in here. Don't think you can. Unless we can blast open... Yeah, try to let me through this mini little opening here. Doubt we can blast through this, but I can try. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's the end of the cave, but certainly plenty of notable stuff in here. Yes, I did see you that time. So we may just need to fight our way back out. But we should be in good shape to do that. We know at this stage, I'm assuming we'll only run into wolves at this point onward. Yes, there was that one wraith, but just one wraith. And it seemed like that was maybe a little bit more of a one-time thing, so I'm not sure if we're going to run into him again. Have already activated that, so we're good there. There's the axe that we dropped in favor of a better axe, so good with that. This is where the wraith was. I don't see him anymore, so yeah, I think we're just gonna be fighting wolves from here on out. So shouldn't be any... I mean, they'll probably sneak up on me from behind, from the sides, and all that stuff. Startle me now and again. Also, I may not remember which of these directions we went in. I'm not sure we went this way. Cave exit. This looks different. Could this be near the Druid camp? Like I said, I thought that the Druid camp was the actual place where much of this stuff was. No, that is seemingly also where we went in, I think. We must have checked the other direction too, because I'm pretty sure we explored that area pretty thoroughly. I mean, let me know if you guys are familiar with something else that we missed in that spot. And we, while we're out here, should switch back to the Silver Sword for sure. See the drowned deads. Like to avoid them if possible. Where's that little island? Do we actually know what that island is? Dude. You know, Marshland? Apparently not. A little tiny island. Okay. Good to know, I suppose. Lots drowned dead. Anything else of note? That, which I'm assuming is probably one of the totem-y things? Or just a large group of trees? So, or just a large rock. I'd like to retreat a little bit here. We found the lumberjacks. Lumberjacks, I will defend you. Totally not retreating here so that you can defend me. Cut that one short. My bad. Okay. Does not appear as though we're sending any others our way. Yeah, so I thought that area there might have been significant, but apparently it isn't. What is that? Is that the shrine that we sent the old man to? Ramps? I think it is. Yeah, we're just seeing a pretty far way through all the fog and trees. Here's the lumberjack group. Garen is the person we're supposed to talk to, but I also want to go further into the woodlands after we're done talking to him over here. Because it seems like, especially given how there's wolves here, they may possibly be werewolves? Maybe?
Speak.
The ferryman paid me for the herbs.
About time.
Here's your share.
Real pleasure doing business, Witcher.
Likewise, Yaren.
Speak.
Okay. I thought there was something else you wanted, or was it? Oh no, it was the person that in the druid camp that we, what was it? Talked to Vivaldi about. Okay, so we did need to kind of sort of talk to this guy,
Are
but
you responsible for the logging?
not as important
No,
as
we
the other
scare off
person.
woodpeckers. Of course we're responsible. We're lumberjacks.
Work for
Not
yourselves
sure
or
where
someone
Geralt's
else?
going with this.
We're independent, though we secure orders from merchants like Luvarden. We get weeks of work and a decent return.
Have heard of him.
You the chief lumberjack?
Yes. Without me, these lazy lads wouldn't know when to piss. Him with a moustache. No matter what I do, he still pisses in his boots.
Oh,
I see you
he
keep
wasn't
a tight rein.
kidding.
With danger around, you need discipline. I rule with an iron fist, so they can return home safely. Most will.
But, except for Jimmy. Jimmy, was, in the middle of nowhere and got sworn by drowned deads, and that's the last anyone ever saw of him. I mean, I'm interested in
Don't
both
you
of these
fear
things.
working in such a dangerous area?
These men need the gold, so they take the risk. You can't have pork if you don't kill the piglet.
Do these trees have special value?
The remains of a primeval forest. Rare species. They make excellent wainscoting.
Okay.
Get along with the
Also, I
locals.
hear other talk in
Nothing
the
but a
background.
bunch of deviants.
Not sure what that's about.
The brickmakers babble about their lords and the underwater world, and the druids don't like the trees being felled.
Okay.
Speed.
Not sure. Oh. Okay. We gained a level from that, so that's cool. But I'm not sure there's much else for us here. Besides, maybe just looting a tiny bit. Well, what I really want to know, though, is if we go deeper into lumberjack territory, I believe... Oh no, maybe not this direction? Opposite direction? That's just going to be you telling me that this quest is done. Yeah, I want to go in this direction. Potentially a little bit to the left. We have to. Is that just a little indicator for style, or can we actually go further here? It looks like it may just all be a lie. So we can't actually go any further. No! Here I was, ready to make theories about all the lumberjacks actually secretly being werewolves and how they were warring with the druids and the local people with their swamp monster worship, and Alas, this wasn't meant to be. How very disappointing. But with that, I think this is probably a good place for us to wrap up with this video. We will make it further toward the druid camp next and talk to the elf person who we were also talking with Vivaldi about, and hopefully wrap up that quest. We might have a few other things there to sort out as well. Wait, what? Siegfried is here? Alright, so we may have some further investigating to do, because I do not remember seeing these people here before. This would also explain why we didn't see Siegfried back at his post. But anyways, that's going to have to wait for the next video, so I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time.